Folks, welcome into the show. It's Wednesday night, the late night on campus, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm your host, Donnie RightSide tonight, and I don't see the big man on campus anywhere. Yes, that's right, people. With a heavy heart, I must say that today was Jeff's last day at SBR, so I'll be riding solo for the late night on campus for the remainder of the season. You know, let me know your thoughts out there. Let me know what you care about, what you want to talk about. It's a tough day with a heavy heart that, you know, the big man on campus decided to part ways and go another way. So we're just going to carry on tonight. We got Major League Baseball to talk about. NFL season just about on deck. You know, it's going to be a lot of fun to go over a lot of stuff tonight. But again, just looking over to my right, I'm going to swing back over to my left. Just don't see the big man on campus anymore. So this is now no longer the late night on campus. This is the right side late night on campus. And that's what we're doing. So we're just going to roll through. We got Major League Baseball to talk about. What's up, everybody out there? Big Simon, Kyle Hamburg, Mark Thompson, Robinson, Joel, John. All good, man. It's my show. The big man is no longer here. This is my show now. So ask away whatever you want out there in the field, whatever you're feeling tonight. You know, I got monsters right there in the fridge. We can go upstairs. We can get the vodka. I mean, we don't need the big man here. We don't need it. The harassment. You don't see what he does to me behind the scenes all day long. Bugs me, calls me names because the Baltimore Orioles. I mean, we don't need that in our life, do we? I mean, look at everybody out there. Look, Cynthia's there. She knows. Cynthia's the one who sent the message, said, Jeff, you're no longer needed here at SBR. So, I mean, kudos to her. She's the real big man on campus down there in Costa Rica, and she let Jeff go. So, I mean, it's just what we have to do and what we have to go on. But no, I'm just kidding here. Jeff's just having some computer updates there. He's going to be with us in just a few moments. So welcome into the show tonight. We'll go for about an hour's time. A lot to talk about tonight. But again, football's on the docket. The funny thing about tonight with the preseason football game with the Carolina Panthers and the Houston Texans, I forgot it was even on until about 15 to 20 minutes into the game when somebody actually sent a tweet out that there was a score in that ball game. That's how much I pay attention and care about preseason football. Maybe week 2 or week 3. We'll get into it a little bit, see what matchups, anybody's injured, who's looking good, what rookies are out there to make a team. But preseason football is the most useless thing in sports, and I'm a season ticket holder for the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's full price. They still charge me full price. What's going on out there? Bartolo Colon on fire tonight. I mean, hey, the resurgence. We've won some money on him down in Costa Rica at the Bet Box. We were on Minnesota, and he threw a complete game in that one. So been fantastic in that. But tonight, just looking at some of the baseball games that we're going over. And again, big man's going to be here in just a few moments. Washington, Gio Gonzalez, 10-1 over the Miami Marlins. Looking at San Diego here, 8-3 down to Cincinnati. God, I'm not going to make any bones about this one. I was feeling the San Diego Pirates. San Diego Pirates, my goodness, man. Just really throwing me off not being here tonight. How about that? The San Diego Padres tonight. One of those little false flag type games that we looked at. But the best part about today already, cashing in, and yes, I did have some Taco Bell today because of my San Francisco Giants money line wager minus 115 came in and came right through. Again, welcome into the chat box in there. Taking a look at some stuff tonight, just going over some baseball. Big man will be in here in just a few moments, and we will get the show going. Tomorrow, I will be on with Gabriel Morency during the afternoon on his show, talking a little bit of NFC East football. Same way we did today on the roundtable. Interesting roundtable today as well. Ian out in the forest, I guess, of Canada, trying to chime in, lost connection there, but we were okay with the show. You know, he chimed in on the chat box. Everything went well. Me and the big man yelled at each other for a little bit. Drew had to moderate it and come in, but everything worked out well. Always happy to bring a nice free and easy winner there with Madison Bumgarner today, so it was a lot of fun. Going down some of the dial here, the Philadelphia Phillies again leading the Atlanta Braves 3-2. I know the Braves were threatening, so we'll certainly keep an eye on that game as it does head down the stretch. The Yankees opening it up here on Toronto 8-5. Boston and Tampa Bay 8-2 with Boston with a nice lead. The Chicago White Sox as a heavy underdog closing at plus 188 at Pinnacle up 4-0 in the 6th inning over Houston. We'll see how that pans out. In another game, you know, line dropping down with the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Detroit Tigers here, Verlander and Nova, a 10-0 score right now in the 9th inning. Didn't see that one coming here because looking at the line movement, the overall ticket situation, one would have thought that Pittsburgh was the play in this one, but certainly not down double digits at this point. That's not even a football game. Bartolo Colon, once again, 2-0 in the 7th inning. Sensational game out of him. And Kansas City and St. Louis in a 5-4 struggle in that ball game. Sliding down the list also looks like some of the games that claimed earlier and finished up. Oakland, a 6-3 loser to Seattle, and also the LA Angels and the Baltimore Orioles, a 5-1 final in that. Only one game that I do have underway tonight that's currently in progress right now. That's the Arizona Diamondbacks. I chose the first 5 innings on that wager tonight. They're down 1-0. I got plus 105 early in the afternoon, and that line actually closed closer to 115. So again, we won the steam battle in that game, but that's not the important thing. It only matters if it crosses the finish line. If I lose tonight and won the line battle, that doesn't help me in my pocket or any of my clients or anybody out there who did back me on that. Going over some of the chat box there. Welcome in Armin, Luis, Juan, Chris. Everybody out there, welcome into the show. Big man still DMing me behind the scenes, having some problems. I guess that damn Windows update did catch up. Last night, I was actually having problems on the late night of campus with Al Bernstein when we had him on as a guest. Couldn't really see anything on the back office, just using the YouTube feed to actually feed through. So kind of tough in that situation there. But again, we'll wait for the big man to get in here. Just watching some baseball. Yankees up 8-5 and threatening again with the man on second and 1 out. I think Jeff actually had the New York Yankees tonight on the run line minus 1.5. So some nice tack-on runs to deal with there. If we're taking a look at the game tonight, again, the Dodgers 1-0 in the top of the third. We'll see how that one rolls by. I know Vig also said that he was going to call in tonight, so hopefully the big man can get his computer situation figured out so we can take some phone calls a little bit later in the show. Also going to preview some SEC football we did talk about on the round table a little bit earlier today. So Jeff's going to come in. I got 5 burning questions I want to go over with the NCAA expert here at SBR Sports to see if we can actually get some feedback and lean you in the right direction. Got some big plans and big news coming up in the fall also with college football and also professional football. Looks like you'll be seeing probably a lot of Jeff's face and a lot of my faces as well as we head it down the stretch. John Ryan says, Yanks saving grace on my terrible Brewers over tonight. And by the way, John, I will be in touch with you tomorrow because we got these bad boys. We got right here, I guess you could see them right there. We got the 4 tickets for tomorrow night. 1 for me and the big man, 1 for me, 1 for the big man, 1 for John, and a mystery guest that's going to make an appearance with us tomorrow. So stay tuned as Jeff's going to have the SBR Picks Twitter account on fire tonight with pictures, maybe a little Periscope action, maybe some live action, some beers. You know, maybe Jeff gets hit in the head with a foul ball. And we'll see what happens at the ball game tomorrow night. Yes, John, we're going to be excited. I'll get in touch. I'll let you know what gate we'll meet up at. But we'll be down there early before the game, hang out, chill, and certainly get to know you as well. Nelson spills the beans. The one and only Tweety Dimes will be in attendance for the Philadelphia Phillies and the New York Mets with me and the big man and my boy John Ryan out there. We're going to try to do this quite a bit here. Again, if you're in the Delaware Valley and that, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, New York State, somewhere you can get down to a ball game. We'll try to give you a little bit more advance notice when we give away some tickets. Come hang out with us. Might be an Eagles game, might be a Sixers game, might be a Flyers game, but a lot of fun. We're sitting row 1 tomorrow for the Philadelphia Phillies. DeGrom will be in effect on the mound versus Velasquez, so we're certainly going to have a really good time. I know a lot of stuff still getting over the IFBC. We had a great time down there. Treated us like royalty, like gold down there. You might have thought that we were, the biggest bankrollers in the world and loving life, but SBR treated every single person exactly the same, whether you were a presenter, whether you were famous like Clay Travis or Johnny Manziel, right on down to the very last person who came through there and was a guest. Everybody was treated with class. It's a great time, and I'm so happy to hear that possibly going down. I guess it would be, Cynthia's in here, that we're looking at March Madness to have a really good party down there again in Costa Rica, sort of make this a quarterly, yearly, every 6-month event. It's going to be a lot of time there. So, yes, Kyle Hamburger, Tweety will be there. DeGrom opening at 160 already. How about that? Let me slide my odds board down here and get a little peek at some action. And, yeah, no surprise there as well, Kyle. If we take a look at the docket itself, early indicators, there are some tickets coming in. 89% of the tickets coming in on DeGrom. Opened up at 155 to Chris, now sitting at 160. Bet online, 5 dimes, 153, somewhere in that area. That we're going to be looking at. So we're going to have a great time down there. Again, Jeff's going to be picking up Tweety on the ride down. I'll be meeting it there because, again, I have my kid I got to pick up. And there he is. Jeff, we're going over what we're going to do tomorrow at Citizens Bank.
Oh, yeah,
Ballpark,
I'm looking forward
row
to it.
1. I didn't even know anybody knew, Jeff. I told everybody out there, so we're going to have a mystery guest, and they knew right away on the chat box there, man.
What, that it's me coming in, or we're having a mystery guest?
That we have a mystery guest. They actually know who the mystery guest is.
Oh, it's Tweety Dimes.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, we said that the other night, Donnie.
Oh, we did. Yeah, so I got all Jeff. I played football. I'm getting Alzheimer's, man. You know, CTE
You got
setting in on me,
CT?
man. Setting
Yeah.
in on me already, man.
Yes, South Philly legend, kid from Sears Street, Tweety Dimes. He'll join us. Which, if you're not an old school Twitter guy, you might not know who Tweety is, but he is quite the legend. Also, our friend will Jack will meet us down there as well. Looking forward to it. I guess he told me, Donnie, that it's Darren Dalton tribute night, which
I like it. Then good.
Is
yeah.
Yeah, it helps. I mean, obviously, he passed away over the weekend, and it'll be nice to honor Darren Dalton, Dutch, as they call him. So, nice night tonight in baseball, Donnie. I'm hoping the New York Yankees can finish it out here. This has been
got a couple insurance runs, man. Good for you.
Very irritating game here in this one. Yankees go up 6-2. Tanaka, though, just can't seem to ever, finish it. I mean, it's always Toronto just cutting it down. But hopefully they can close it out there. Long way to go in that one. Donnie, how you doing tonight? Sorry about the computer problems. These fucking updates, man.
No, I told last night. It must have started last night or making its rounds because I told you something was whacked with my computer and I had to restart both of them and they took a long time. So I know exactly what you were going.
The thing is, Don, the problem I have is my computer in this office here is on all day, but in my neighborhood today, they're fixing and pulling out the old electric boxes and putting new ones in. So for 15 seconds, my electric went out earlier. So all my stuff got turned off, and I come in here at 9:45, and my computer's off. I turn it on, it's doing a fucking update. Yeah. So it's like, what the fuck? Only me. What are you going to eat before the game, and where at? We will be at I would imagine. I think we're going to John's Pork. I believe Tweety and I. Donnie will probably meet us down at the ballpark.
Pick something up down there on Ashburn Alley. Can't beat that stuff out there.
No, you get a steak from Campos.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with that. Robinson Yepes liking the haircut. I didn't get a haircut. You should get one though. You need new hair. I'll tell you that. Oh man. Welcome out there to everyone listening. It's weird kind of starting the show in the middle just because we have so much to do, but a lot to do. We'll go over baseball, Donnie. We'll go over a little SEC. We'll kind of build off that conversation from earlier today. And I'm going to discuss
5 burning questions for you, Jeff, in the SEC today.
Looking forward to it. I'm also going to tell you where I think Johnny Manziel should go next for his next career, which I don't think it's going to surprise anyone, but I want to build off something. So we'll see. We'll also I believe, Donnie, get a call from Vic Simon, who is looking to call in. I want to shout out, Donnie, to the best team in baseball, the Houston Astros, who have seemingly had a lot of problems with the worst team in baseball. What is the issue with Houston?
I don't know. It's one of those things that I think you say, Jeff, you have that malaise in the middle of the year that most good teams hit. Still trying to figure out their pitching staff, still trying to fight through the injuries, guys coming back to the lineup, exiting the lineup. It's actually good, Jeff, in a way that they're hitting this in early August because you don't want to hit this in mid-September,
Yeah, look, I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't think their pitching's good enough, but we'll see how it goes. Look, Keuchel's about the only guy you can trust in that rotation right now, in my opinion. But they're struggling tonight. And if you're putting the Houston Astros right now in parlays, you're getting burned. You need to stop doing it. It's something to stay away from right now. Detroit, Donnie, hammered the Pirates tonight.
Amazing.
Verlander was very good, had a no-hitter through, I believe, 5. Did end up letting it letting it up, obviously. Yep. Donnie said you were let go by SBR. Yes, we talked about it beforehand. He told me.
Yeah, I said out there that Cynthia had sent you an email earlier in the day letting you go, so I was breaking the bad news out there. So
well, if it's it might not be very far away. You never know.
It can happen at any time.
Yes. Donner Mafia is out there. Just texted me, let me know he's listening.
Okay.
Shout out to the great Donner Mafia, soccer legend. Donnie, what else is going on in baseball tonight?
Yeah, no, we ripped through most of the card there early on. By the way, Jeff, who did you have on the I ended up picking up a nice little winner finally after 2 straight losing weeks with the Giants. So
yep, I took
who'd you end up with?
I went and grabbed that trap play there, Donnie, and took the under 9 in the Red game. which ended up not being a trap. It was actually a very easy winner to the over. But hey, it is what it is.
Steam, Jeff. I thought if you just followed Steam, like you'd be a millionaire out there.
Oh,
right?
yeah. The Steam is if you just bet every Steam play, if you get CLV, you'll win every game. That's all it's about. You missed Ronaldinho in Costa Rica. Yeah, I heard he was playing at the $5 blackjack tables. Hey.
By the way, I was told, Jeff, the blackjack tables, nobody actually won like throughout their entire thing. We think they might be playing with their cards down there. I think Kyle was the one that said he didn't even see like a face card in blackjack all weekend.
But it wouldn't surprise me. The card decks are probably cold. By the way, what lines do they use down there? Do you know?
I was trying to figure out what bet box was, because I mean the lines weren't great. Obviously, they're not trying to help you out too much. But I was trying to find out who actually managed the bet box, because obviously there's some line service feeding into it, and it's probably one that's down in Costa Rica, right?
Yes. Rob Job, did you say Keuchel's the only dependable guy? Have you seen his 3 starts? Yeah, Rob Job, I'm aware. But again, he's the only starter. So you're going to base his career off 3 starts? Come on, dude. I mean, he's a good starter. I mean, at the end of the day, he's the only starter. Donnie, you can't base Keuchel off 3 starts. Come on.
No. Come on. I mean, we know the type of pitcher he is, and he's gonna rebound. The good part, if you're having your struggles, do you want him now or do you want him ALCS game 1?
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. Oh, it's Sin is saying they use Heritage. Okay. Interesting.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, well, I knew it was probably one of the bigger ones down there. Sure. Yep.
Sure. Great read on Verlander, big man. Did I have a read on him? Yeah.
Take credit. Look, if he said great read on it, take credit for it.
I said on the roundtable today, I liked how he's been pitching. He's been fantastic at home. Yeah. Been a bet on pitcher for sure. As far as Ronaldinho, Donnie, net worth of $90 million. So I don't think he's having any problems.
That's it? Is that it?
Yes. Might just be a cheap guy. I don't know. But nonetheless, hey, maybe they only had $5 back. Maybe he knew they were rigged tables and he was only playing for $5.
Maybe he was part of it. Maybe he was brought in so people would sit next to him and they could just drain the money and split it. Yeah.
Let me ask you, did Manziel play any casino games?
I did not see him play any games, no.
All right. Donnie, before we get into the SEC and some other things tonight, and Vig, if you're out there and you want to call in, give us a call. I know Vig wanted to chat a little bit about the IFBC and his exploits down in Costa Rica. Donnie, there's been a lot of laughter lately over the airwaves about Johnny Manziel being a coach, and a lot of people saying, why the hell, who would hire him as a coach?
Yeah.
Question I have is, why wouldn't you hire him as a coach? I don't understand the thinking pattern there. It's like saying that there's no coach that's ever been involved with lawlessness. They've never broken the law. I mean, we do remember Bobby Petrino is a coach. Rick Pitino has done some very discreditable things in his life. Yeah. I think Johnny Manziel would be a great coach, not only from the football standpoint, but from the fact of he can. I mean, could you imagine, Donnie, these kids? I mean, maybe coming from bad situations, or I mean, what kid at that age is not involved with negative things? I mean, we all did stupid things when we were kids. Who better to tell their story but Johnny Manziel, a guy with all the talent in the world, had the ability to be a high-level NFL player, maybe not a starter, but a guy that would make a lot of money in the NFL, and really kind of blew it, pissed it away, whatever you want to say. I think he'd be absolutely fantastic as a coach. I don't know why that's such a funny thing to think about. Why wouldn't you want to hire him? Why wouldn't you want him to talk to people and say, this is what happens when you screw up? You look at me. Mm-hmm. It could happen to anybody. And I was at the height. I was a Heisman Trophy winner. Why wouldn't Kevin Sumlin say, if he stays there long enough, why wouldn't he say to him, Johnny, look, come work for me. We have a spot for you as a quarterback's coach or something like that. The problem is he's 24 years old. He needs to grow up just a little bit more. You're already seeing, if we saw him at the IPC, he seems to have matured a little bit. Even Skip Bayless. Look, we can say Skip Bayless said some dumb stuff, and he did. But at the end of the day, I don't think he was wrong. Johnny's always been Johnny's biggest problem. So at the end of the day, I think he's a coachable guy, and I think he could be a coach. I don't think it's that ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, we all have to remember the fact he's only 24 years old. I mean, it's not like this guy had a lengthy career and he's 36 years old and getting himself in trouble. So I don't know if coaching is in his plans. I mean, it sounds good to say it now because you want to be all about like, I love football. If I can't play, I want to coach. I mean, I get that. And can he be a good coach? I mean, if you're that good a football player at one point, you probably know your X's and O's, and maybe he matures down the line. And of course, kids would gravitate it because at that next generation coming up, Jeff, they know Johnny Manziel. And knowing a college football coach, just being on a staff, it's the ability to relate and recruit. And you're telling me like maybe a 30-year-old Manziel goes into the kid's house and he's like, man, I grew up watching you. I mean, that's a huge advantage. Look at Doc Holliday. I mean, he's a garbage coach, but he was able to bring in the talent. Some of the highest paid coaches on each and every coaching staff, Jeff, what are they? They can recruit, not even so much they can coach. So maybe from that angle, but I think he was saying it more tongue-in-cheek, so to speak, to say, it sounds good. I know I'm getting interviewed. Sure, I would love to coach. I don't know how much he would actually love the actually coaching aspect and grinding it out day to day to day.
But again, Donnie, he didn't murder someone. I mean, he made
no. I'm not saying nobody would hire him. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying I don't really know if that's really what he wants to do.
Right, but I guess that's my problem with like all the hate on Johnny Manziel at the end of the day. I mean, he didn't murder anyone. He didn't like commit high-level crimes. At the end of the day, people make mistakes. People go to prison. People go to jail. It happens at the end of the day. I know a lot of people, that's not part of their life, but at the end of the day, people make mistakes. People change. People do things when they're kids. At the end of the day, I think we need to look at Johnny and say, what kind of guy is he now? If he's not an NFL player, if he's not a CFL player, why can't he help us other ways?
Yeah.
I just don't see it. I mean, if we gave up on everyone that went to prison or had problems, Donnie, are you aware Bernard Hopkins went to prison for 5 years?
Yes, I know he did. Yes, that's where he learned how to box.
He did 5 years at Greatford. He was sentenced to 18 years. He's arguably one of the best boxers we've ever seen. I mean, just because someone goes to prison doesn't mean we need to give up on them. And again, Johnny didn't even go to prison. He just had a little bit of a problem with drugs and alcohol. At the end of the day, I think he would be a great coach. I think he'd be a good mentor. At the end of the day, is it something he wants to do? And I think it is. I think he should. I think he'd be a good option, honestly. I don't think it's that crazy. Yeah. Where's Vig Simon? Is he out there? Vig, if you're out there, give us a call. We'd like to hear from you. We are going to get into some of our other topics. Zach Jones is in here. Welcome in, Zach. Yep. Where are we at here? Especially with the limelight hanging out with Drake and Slebs as a college kid. Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, he was thrusted into the
and he was young. He was young when he got famous. You're right, man.
Right. And he, again, from what I know about Johnny and what I've seen is he lived a fairly sheltered life. He's from Texas. He didn't really, he kind of just hung out with his friends. He didn't really see much of the big city. When you start hanging out with celebrities, you're a big-time guy. Girls are throwing themselves at you. You're going to be in the public light a little bit more. At the end of the day, he drank a little too much. Hopefully he's be able to move on. But the fact that we're actually arguing on national television about the fact that he used an expletive, I mean, really, that's the argument we're having. Skip Bayless actually tried to make an argument that we shouldn't respect and give Johnny a second chance because he said motherfucker on an interview. Not even on national TV, on an interview. Come on, dude. Really? But hey.
But then again, he did. I mean, probably the biggest downfall for Johnny Manziel, the biggest bad PR spot down there, Jeff, probably taking a picture with Ian,
Yeah, or you. I don't know what was bigger, you, Teddy, or Ian. I don't know what one was. Yeah. He comes from money. I'm aware of that, but just because you come from money, normally when you come from money, you're a fairly sheltered person. You're handed everything. I'm going to go out and say that Johnny didn't probably see much of the world. He was fairly sheltered, given everything.
How do you know he was sheltered, though? Like, if the dude's got money, you don't think they're taking nasty vacations all over?
No, I don't. No, I don't think.
Why not?
I don't think he was cultured whatsoever. I don't think he. I don't think he. Because when most people that come from money don't normally go out and see, what it's like to struggle, what it's like. They don't know that.
Yeah, but I'm not saying what it's like to struggle, but he might have been balling at like 13 out there,
but
man.
You're right.
Got them fresh Jordans, Jeff.
You're right. But most kids in families that have money want to rebel. I mean, they're held to a higher standard a lot of the time. They might be in schools that they don't want to be in. All I'm saying is maybe it was just him rebelling at that time in his life. I don't know. Again, right. That's a good point, Mark. You're right. Big man, how odd for Skip Bayless to harp on a minuscule small detail. I agree.
That's what he does, though. That's what he does.
I think it's an absolutely ridiculous. He's grasping for straws. Skip's grasping for straws. Skip, really Look, I don't hate him like most people. I really don't. I think he's misunderstood, but I thought he was way off on his comments about Johnny. I really do.
Yeah.
Certain comments. Some of his comments were right. I think that Johnny, again, has made some poor choices. Big Man's coming up with too many excuses.
Too many, Jeff. It's too many excuses for you, man.
Shut up, Nelson. I mean, really. I mean, why can't he be a coach? Because he drank a little bit? I mean, come on, dude.
Jeff,
Stop.
You are making a lot of excuses over there, man.
Yeah, that's what I do. I'm big Mr. Excuse. Right. I'm coming on here to talk about Johnny Manziel. The NFL doesn't hire people that attend sports betting seminars. Okay, well, whatever. He didn't speak about sports betting. He was there to talk about his struggles in life.
Jeff, they don't hire people who go to Costa Rica, probably is what he's saying.
Yeah. Costa Rica's off limits if you're an NFLer. No, if you are in the NFL, you cannot step foot in San Jose. Come on, dude. Stop. It was a great grab. And again, the NFL just needs to catch up. That's what they need to do. They need to catch up and stop acting like, why you have a team in Las Vegas, Donnie?
Yeah, well, the hypocrites. Yeah, exactly. The hypocrite part of the NFL is really coming to the forefront now, because I can't wait to see when New Jersey takes them to court, go in front of the Supreme Court, and the NFL argues that sports betting is a bad thing, and then they tell, well, hold on, you took public money to build a stadium in Las Vegas, so yeah, okay, we got you.
Right, and you're the only league that's like just against it totally.
Yeah, they're against it until they get a cut of it, and it's so bad, and for a league that can be that big, that rich, and usually that's smart on making decisions, realizing that if gambling is completely legal, maybe one guy every couple 5-10 years is going to get caught up and fumble the ball or do something like that. But then they go, wait a second, you know how many more eyeballs? Because when cable comes down and the cord cutters come through and the millennials come through and they say, why is the NFL ratings dropping? And they go, well, maybe we should just put sports gambling in. It's going to raise it up. Then it's going to be cool, right? Then everybody's going to be cool with it, right?
# fire Goodell.
Roger.
Guess my hopes at the NFL are fucked. Yeah, Zach, sorry. I know you've really wanted to be a defensive back, but you've been in Costa Rica. You can't come to the if you were at the IBC, you were with all the degenerate gamblers at the IBC.
Especially if you ran it, you know what I mean?
You are the bottom of the barrel, and you're not allowed to do anything at a high level, according to most of Middle America.
Is Zach allowed to fly back to North Carolina at any point in time? I don't even think he's allowed to do that anymore now.
No, actually he can. Zach is barred from the United States forever. He's like me. He cannot fly. He's on the no-fly list, actually. Yeah. He is barred from returning. My wife watched the IFBC and is convinced Donnie has a journalism background. No, he doesn't. Come on, Mark. Stop. Don't bring his head up more than it already is.
Oh, wait. Hold on. See, I didn't even read that. Hold on. Let's take our time with this one. Hold on. All right. Live chat box, SBR roundtable, SBR contributor says, my wife watched the IFBC roundtable. Hold on. Let me get in my voice here. Let's go behind the desk. In the news tonight at 5 p.m., somebody's wife watched the IFBC roundtable and is convinced Donnie has a journalism background. True or false? See? Look at that. Perfect. Yep. No, I do not. I do not have a background in that. Well, is that creatine I just chugged? No, but maybe I should start doing that on the show. Get some more energy up.
Maybe you missed your calling, Donnie.
I think I did.
You missed your calling.
Instead, I'm sitting here at 10 o'clock, talking to a guy in Lancaster. Maybe I missed everything, Jeff.
PFT called the IFBC summer between the High Times Cannabis Cup and the ABN Awards.
See, I would imagine if it was right in the middle of that, if we could meld those two, right? Actually, you know what, Jeff? It kind of was when you break it down.
You all would have loved to have been there, though, I'm sure. Donnie, let's talk SEC. What do you got for me tonight?
The SEC. We talked about it today on the roundtable going over it. I know we're a little bit crunched for time because me and Jeff's love affair for the NFC East took center stage. So just wanted to get back with Big Man and go over a little bit of a recap in the SEC. Jeff, before I ask you the 5 questions that I have, which I want you to answer.
Donnie, we're getting a call here. Let's check in. It looks like a 717 number, so I'm sure this will be fun, I'm sure. Let's take this call. Who is it? Welcome.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, it's John. I want to ask you something. Sorry, hang on a second. Shut up! I'm on the phone! Hello?
What?
Yeah, thanks for holding on. I want to know... Sorry, hold on.
Hey, why don't you get...
Shut
Get your dog in hand before you call in next time, John. John's dog's going crazy, Donnie. Let's get into the SEC here.
SEC tonight. So just to go over a couple things, Jeff, what's important is before I give you those 5 questions that we have on the SEC, why don't you just give a little bit of a round table recap for what you think in the SEC and what you think is going to take place. Just take like a minute or two and just give a recap of your thoughts on the SEC as a whole here.
Yeah, we're actually getting a Costa Rica call here, Donnie, I believe.
Oh.
Which might
From
be
the mountains?
Yeah. Welcome in. Who do we have on the line?
SBR Cynthia, how are you guys?
SBR Cynthia.
She's gonna fire Jeff live on the air.
She's gonna fire Jeff live on the air. Here it comes. Give it to me, Sin. Come on.
Oh, Jesus.
Give it to me.
Here it comes. Gosh, why would you guys do that way? Donnie, what's up with that?
Yeah, Donnie, why are you?
My house.
Donnie, she's totally right, Donnie. What the hell's with you? I mean, she had you in her home, her humble abode, and you're talking about the guy that brought you to SBR. You're talking about having him fired. Come on, dude.
I mean, hey, look, you got to make a power. Sometimes you got to make a power move over the guy who helped you out.
Yeah,
right?
well, stomp all over me. Sin, give it to me. Come on, do it, please.
Oh, hey.
No. I want to call in and say thanks to everybody for an amazing first IFBB. Can't wait to see everybody come down. Help us out with all this press that we're getting. People are going to miss the point that what IFBC was all about. It's just like it made my skin crawl to hear Skip say, at a betting conference. Fuck yes, at a betting conference. We have PhDs. We have guys that have it going on that are smart as fuck. So yeah, these guys need to be completely on the same page as we are. So get it out there. Trash those boys.
I totally agree, and I think we definitely did that, and it's a great point, Sen. I mean, we need to take betting and stop continuing to put it in the back rooms. Skip Bayless is the same guy that's on networks to talk about sports betting on a daily basis. I mean, we need to stop acting like it's something that we don't do. Yep. Yeah, it's not taboo. That's a great point, Donnie. Great point, Sin. And I do want to say to you, now that we have you on the line, I think Donnie will echo the same sentiment. Really fantastic stuff. I mean, I think the conference was extremely well put together. A lot of great speakers. And Donnie will tell you, I mean, obviously I talked to him. I was very irritated. I couldn't be there. It was something that, I really would have did a lot to be at. And I think you guys did a great job. So pat yourselves on the back for it.
Oh, thank you. It's team effort. Zach was the one that put the panel together, which big ups to him because he knows, who's for real and who's not. We handpicked every single person that came down, and it was so freaking cool. You weren't even a stranger for 10 seconds. For real, it was crazy. It was just such a great vibe, and that's you, and that's all you guys. So all I did was throw the party. Yeah,
shouts to you, Zach, Deb, everyone at SBR. Really great stuff, and we're looking forward to next year already. Can't wait. Sin, great stuff. It's good to hear your voice on the show. I don't think we've ever had. I think you've called in once, but it's nice to hear from you tonight. Thanks for calling in.
Hey, no problem. Much love to all you guys, and crush it like you guys always do.
Thank you, Sin. Appreciate it.
All right, take care. Bye.
See you later.
See you.
So, Donnie, I'm not going to be fired. Thank God.
That's good. See, now I see you should have pressed the envelope there and said, when are we flying down to do some live late night on campus and right side of campus? You had the person in charge, one of the people in charge that we could have asked. Yeah,
I was actually going to ask her about the whole 24/7 March Madness thing, Donnie, which I think we should do. Go down before the conference and actually do that. Live on.
Dude, I'm telling you, Jeff, we went to her house. I believe it was Friday night, the day before we had the roundtable on Saturday. Me, Mark, Travis, who else was up there? It was Maddie was up there. Drew was up there. Obviously, Cynthia was up there. And just to get an idea of like the housing and the type of environment it is, like I was trying to explain to you there, like everything is wide open. There was no wind, light humidity at night, and you're just staring off and it's dead silence. And I'm a cigar smoker. I hate wind. You hate it to be real muggy out. It was like the perfect scene to sit back, relax, and smoke a cigar. It's actually a shame that we had to, get back and on like a time restriction because I didn't want to be up to, 2, 3 in the morning when you had to present in the morning. But that's one of those times where I could have peeled back 3 or 4 cigars and had a couple of cocktails, but I didn't want to drink. I didn't want to get hammered. I didn't want to, miss the round table and embarrass myself. But that's one of those chill times with Costa Rica is very rare. I mean, being out in the hills in that type of environment. What a great home she had. What a great environment. Met her daughters, had a little cat, had a little dog, and just chilling out front and being like, dude, like we're in Costa Rica. I mean, how great is this, It's awesome.
Yeah, hopefully, Donnie, obviously, beautiful views, beautiful weather.
Yes, it's awesome
stuff. We have a call, Luce Kuntz on the line. Luce, welcome in.
Louie. Yeah, Louie.
Hey, what's up, big man?
How you doing, buddy?
Man, I'm living the dream. Dude, I was really wondering, what y'all are thinking about Georgia and Florida this year. Are they going to show up?
There you go.
That's a good question. I think Georgia's a team that is the same every year, seemingly. The quarterback play is.
It just looks like the numbers haven't really supported them showing up, whereas Alabama was fucking dominant.
Oh, sure. Florida's going to take a little step back defensively. I think we talked about it today. I think to believe in Malik Zaire is something concerning. I don't know that I can go into a season believing in him, but I think Georgia's going to be fine. I think Easton will have a better year. They have a good tandem at running back. I think defensively they're really strong with Kirby Smart at the helm. I like Georgia in that end of that conference. The problem is I don't think either are going to beat Alabama, so I don't know that's going to matter. But I think Georgia's a team I'm a little bit higher on. They always do. Auburn will be very good. There are teams there are some really good offenses in that conference. I mean, Ole Miss is going to be a good offense.
Any sleepers? You got any sleepers in the SEC?
Yes, I think honestly, I believe Ole Miss is going to be a little sleeper. I think they're going to be a team that they're really going to score some points.
I already stated them week 1.
Did you really? Wow. Yeah. No. Look, I mean, the negativity around the program's clearly there, but I think from an offensive standpoint, they're really going to be good. Shea Patterson's really, really good. And another team, Texas A&M. I like that team too. Travion Williams, Christian Kirk. But Ole Miss, I mean, a lot of people are going to not be into them due to the Hugh Freeze stuff. But like I said, at the end of the day, offensively, they're really good.
Yeah, I mean, you don't think they're going to hurt from any of this stuff?
Well, of course they are. I mean, they can't make a bowl game, so obviously that's concerning. But from what I understand, the next day after they found out about that, they were there at 6 o'clock practicing, 6 o'clock the next morning. So again, it's about building long term. They have a very young team. All those kids will be there next year. So at the end of the day, sure, it's going to hurt. But Phil Longo, the guy they brought in from Sam Houston State, is going to lead that offense.
Jeff, by the way, quick thing on Phil Longo,
Donnie.
a little bit of trivia question. 2 years after I left William Patterson, he was the offensive coordinator at William Patterson. So there you go.
What'd you say about Longo, Don?
Longo was the offensive coordinator at William Patterson after I had left.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. Yep. How about that?
How about that? Donnie has a connection to the
there you go.
OC.
Let's get an interview with him, baby.
Yeah. His name's Phil Longo. He's their new offensive coordinator.
Yep.
Donnie,
I think Dave Womack might be their defensive coordinator.
Offensive
coordinator. And he's actually matching up week 1 against his son, who I believe is the offensive coordinator at South Alabama.
Huh. I didn't know that. Good. How about that, Luce Con? Good info.
Yeah.
By the way, Luce, interesting name. Where did that come from? What's the meaning behind that?
I got it off of Howard Stern prank calls.
Okay. Yeah, well, the phony phone calls. That makes sense.
That's not original at all, man. I totally stole it.
Yeah, no, they're funny. I've heard them as well. Luce Con, great to hear from you. Thanks for calling in. Make sure you call in again, man.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call, man. Have a good one.
See you, buddy.
Yep.
All right, Donnie, let's get back to the questions. Donnie's come up with 5 questions. Break them in. What do you got?
All right, let's go. We're going to go 5 off-topic random questions in the SEC, Jeff. Number 1, we didn't get a chance to spend a lot of time on LSU, so this is going to play right into it. More yards gained on the ground rushing, Geis or Petway?
Geis. I think he's a guy that is really going to carry that team. I think he's going to be one of the better running backs in the country. Kind of like a Leonard Fournette. I mean, we saw what he did there. And look, he's going to need to have a lot of carries. I don't know that Danny Etling is the guy there.
They seem to never be able to get a good quarterback play. Question number 2, Jeff. We're going to go wide receiver here. You can only have one of these wide receivers, and the one you pick, tell me why. Number 1, Christian Kirk. Number 2, Calvin Ridley. Choose one of those wide receivers and tell me why you would choose him over the other one. And you muted yourself. See that? You don't even want to answer the question, do you? I'm looking there. I'm looking right at you. There you go.
No, I would go Ridley. I mean, I still think he's, look, is he Amari Cooper? No, but again, he's going to be targeted a ton this year. No OJ Howard. Again, when they're not look, and at the end of the day, Jalen Hurts needs to throw the football better. I mean, he can't just, kind of just do what he wants with the ball running around. He's got to be able to throw the football a little bit. I think he's a much improved passer from what I understand. I think Ridley's going to have a ton of targets this year. He's going to be the guy that I'm going to look for. But I do like Kirk as well.
Yeah. Question number 3, Jeff, down there in the SEC. We're going to look at the quarterback position here. Tell me which quarterback you think, now overall, not just SEC play, overall, is going to throw for the most yards this year as an SEC starting quarterback.
I go with Shea Patterson. I think he's going to really have a big year. I mean, they have a lot of speedsters, a lot of young kids in that rotation there. And the offense that they run, Longo's going to put him in a lot of positions to throw the football. But look, I mean, don't sleep on Stidham. I mean, he's going to throw the football a lot. Look, it's not a great conference for quarterbacks, really. We all know that. You don't necessarily have to be great to win in the SEC as a quarterback. I'm very high on Patterson, as you can say. So I would say Shea Patterson.
All right, number 4. We're going to take it to the SEC East, Jeff. Other than Georgia or Florida, out of these 3 teams, which has the best to pull an upset and win that division? Tennessee, South Carolina, or Kentucky?
I'll actually go Missouri.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I had him fit there. I didn't think you would go down there, yeah.
Can I pick a different team? I'll go Missouri. I like what Barry Odom's done, Donnie, really. I mean, this team improved significantly last year on the offensive side of the ball, scoring 18 points more a game than they did in 2015. I like Drew Lock as a quarterback. They do have some good skill position players. Scoring the football wasn't a problem. Can they get back to that Missouri defense is the question. Yeah. I think they can. I think they're going to be better on that side of the ball. Don't be surprised to think Missouri won't compete a little bit.
All right, let's go to defense here, Jeff, is the 5th question in the SEC. Almost like we're playing fantasy football. I know you can't do this, but I want to ask you this question. If you can have just one single defensive player in the SEC that you would start your program with, who would it be?
Wow.
I think you might go the same guy I went with if I know you.
Can I guess who I think you're going to go with?
Yes, guess.
Minkah Fitzpatrick?
Yes, 100%. 100.
Yeah.
That kid is flat out unreal, man.
I actually go Arden
Jersey
Key.
Kid.
I would go with Arden Key from LSU.
Okay. Yeah.
He's a guy that is going to start the season injured, but he was an absolute monster last year. 1.1 sacks per game. Pretty unbelievable. Look, Minkah Fitzpatrick does really good. I mean, Jersey Kid, like you mentioned, really is a lockdown kind of player. I agree with you. But for me, I'm a fan of the pass rusher. I like the big boy that can get to the quarterback. And they have that great linebacker rusher where all they do is rush the quarterback. Arden Key is that guy. It's a shame he's going to be injured to start the year, but we know LSU's always going to have those defensive players. So it's either him or Minkah Fitzpatrick for sure.
By the way, Jeff, getting off topic here, keeping it with college football, I was already looking at some games down the stretch in the MAC. Do we have to drive out and go to an actual MACtion game on like a Tuesday or Wednesday? Isn't that a must? Like, would you be down with that trip?
I would, Donnie. I would be 100%.
Oh my God, I would love. We have to make that happen. By the way, man,
I'm in, and we can film it along the way.
And we can bring some people. Somebody's got to be out there in that Midwest Rust Belt or through PA. We can pick up on the way there too.
Donnie, let's just look at this. Can we look at this schedule quickly?
Go ahead. Yes, please.
Because I have a game I'm thinking about.
Like maybe in Ohio, like I think Ohio matched up on like a Tuesday or Wednesday in a big game. Was it Miami? Was it Miami, Ohio, maybe in one of those MACtion games?
That's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, we're in Athens, Ohio. Is it at Ohio, right? Athens.
Well, the problem is it's on Halloween, and I know you have your kids. So,
damn it.
What about Ohio, Toledo, Donnie?
No, wait, yes. Where's the Glass Bowl, or is that in Ohio?
In Ohio, November 8th, Wednesday, November 8th.
Come on, yes, we're in for this.
We're off the next day.
Yep, and maybe we don't have to drive. Maybe, SBR likes to throw around plane tickets out there. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't mind driving. I mean, Ohio's not too far.
I know.
Get us a press pass. Can they get us a press pass?
SBR should be, if you get it. Yeah, exactly. Maybe my next door neighbor Jeff is calling that action game, and we get the whole hookup over there.
Zach, I have an idea. I have a total idea. So here's what we do. So we get to the game. We're in, Athens, Ohio, basically.
There's 100 people at the game. We're
right.
2 of them.
We're at the ticket gate. We got, the old ladies with hot chocolate. I have a mic, and I walk up. Hey, what do you like tonight? Are you on Ohio -6? And
yes.
Let's see what they say.
Mm-hmm.
And just try to have like some funny go-between between the fans out in Athens, and maybe see if we can get Solich, get in the locker room maybe. I think that would be funny.
Jeff, there's other cappers that have press passes, so why can't
right. We don't want to copy them, but I mean, hey, and then maybe we can,
Look, Zach's listening in this. Look, I mean, I'm not saying we don't need first class tickets, and I'm not saying we don't even need the nicest hotel or meals, but I'm just saying, No,
I need a Radisson. I'll pay for the Radisson. I don't care.
Motel 6, baby.
Yeah. So I think we should make that happen. I mean, that's just my opinion.
On a Wednesday. How awesome is that? Like we drive out on Tuesday night, stay out there Wednesday, come home Thursday morning. We don't do a show technically on Thursday. It'd be the perfect fit in, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, it would be perfect. I mean, who's to say we can't do the round table from the room? By the way, Donnie, 6 hours and 21-minute drive from
nothing. We could do that in a heartbeat, man. Nothing. We're down. We will be at an action game late night on campus. We'll broadcast live from the parking lot. People look at us like we have 3 heads out there. It'd be fantastic. We even hand out SBR swag while we're out there. Maybe some pens. Look, I got trucker hats from UAger in the background. I mean, I got pens. We could do whatever,
Yeah, we got to get a suit, and I walk through. Hey, what do you think about the game tonight? You got this? You want to make a bet on this?
Capper's coming through here. I mean, come on. Where are you guys from? Technically Costa Rica. Ooh.
Yeah, what press organization are you with? We're with SBRforum.com. What's that?
We're here looking for a bowl game, a new bowl prospect. Actually, we're looking to bring a football bowl to Costa Rica. We're at the IFBC. Oh, yeah, I've heard of them before.
It's going to be called the Sheridan at Escazú Bowl.
The Sheridan Bowl presented by the Grand Casino in Escazú. Fantastic.
By the way, you go right through Morgantown too, Donnie, West Virginia. So, yes, I think we should definitely make that happen. That would be quite the little trip. Zach, maybe we should talk about that.
Fantastic.
There's no action like Maction. That's right. How about that? Maction, I like the idea. Vig, you can call in when you're ready. Feel free. Did Bet Online stop sponsoring the show? We'd say.
Hold on, Jeff. Do a quick read then for him. Go. You've been practicing. Go.
Bet Online, one of the best books in the business. Head on over there. BetOnline.ag. Football's coming up. Make sure you have multiple books. Make sure you're getting lines before the game, a week before the game. That's what BetOnline does. They release lines for anyone else. Great bonus structure, great withdrawal options, deposit options as well. Easy options to your money. Head on over to BetOnline because you can.
Look, that's a great pitch, man. Red Jeff is a great pitcher. Like anybody out there watching is a great pitch, man. Jeff just cashed in. It's 11-5 now. Congratulations, big man. I love it, man. I love it. There you go. There, look, feel better from last night now.
Cubs are happy tonight. That could have been a big night if Colorado didn't blow it last night. Vig Simon's calling in. Let's answer the call here. Marco Lou, you catch everything, man. I'll give it to you there. Vig Simon, welcome to the program.
Hey guys, what's up, Donnie? What's up, Jeff?
What's happening, buddy? What's going on? Hey, Vig, I want to thank Vig Simon because Donnie RightSide wouldn't do it, but Vig Simon was quick to the draw. He went down to the Grand Casino, the bet box. He got me a 10-1 ticket on the Seattle Seahawks to win the Super Bowl. So, Vig, I appreciate it. What can we do for you tonight?
Well, here's the thing about that too, Jeff. I hope you appreciate it because, it was the end of a really long week. We were dragging out. It was Sunday night. I met Chris Edge and Ian Cameron just randomly. They were, hanging out by the bet box, of course. And it was a long night, but my ticket wasn't getting any action. There was this rain-out issue with the Mariners. It was in limbo forever, and I won. But Ernesto, the famous Liquid Lounge manager from the Grand Casino at Escazú, this dude who I actually recognized, he came over and he was a hero. And they ended up actually paying me out of casino funds because the bet box provider would not settle my bet. So shout out to Ernesto. the manager at the Grand Casino, famous from Liquid Lunch and SBR's Periscopes. This was a great experience.
How about that, Donnie RightSide? Vig Simon has a ticket issue. He finds out.
I think it was Ernesto Hoos too as well.
Yeah. Did you end up tipping him big or what?
Oh no, I think it was all gratuity. And I think he got plenty of my business once a week.
He got plenty of business. All right, that makes sense. Vig, did you have a nice time at the IBC? Did you have any hookers? Did you have any fun on that end? What happened?
I wasn't part of that gang.
Okay.
Officially, anyway. I know no one saw me there anyway. I hope so, anyway. I can't echo, what everybody said enough. Everybody said all weekend. It's totally true. Everybody was treated amazingly. Everybody was super friendly. I met a lot of weird lurkers that actually interact in this forum that you've never heard of. The SBR forum people themselves, who are unknown quantities, all of us over here. Of course, everybody from SBR was awesome. All the people there, it goes without saying. Just a lot of randos I met too, though, in addition to obviously everybody here in this community. So it was fucking awesome. Yeah. And by the way, Costa Rica itself is just a beautiful country. Escazú in particular, it's built into this little hillside. It's just gorgeous. It's like a tropical paradise. It was a hassle-free experience the whole time. Just wonderful.
Yeah, I do want to say to you, Vig, I feel like you're a guy that you may come across a little funny at time or whatever, but I think at the end of the day, I feel like you're a real G, and I like to deal with real G's.
Jeff, he's a real cool guy. I mean, not even bullshit. He's a real cool
I believe
guy.
you, Donnie.
Yeah.
I believe you. I feel like Vig and I would be guys that would just be able to walk out. We don't need to buy hookers. They just come to us. That's my sole goal, Vig. In life, Vig, my goal is to walk up to a girl, bag her, say, "What's up, baby girl? Let's go back to the room." I don't pay her a motherfucking dime. She comes back, we smash, she leaves, and I don't pay a fucking dime. Unlike all you fuckers that pay, I get that shit for free, bitch. That's what me and Vig do. And Vig,
I'm not here to judge anybody. I mean, if anybody that saw me this weekend knows I got mad game, and I took the lady with some step box home, but that's just between me and the rest.
wow, how about that? Check Vig out, grabbing the bet box lady. Good for you.
Yeah.
I know our old friend, I'm not going to mention his name, he always tried to bag her, if I can remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cute ladies around that work for the Grand Casino. It's a good looking place.
How about that, Donnie? Vig Simon dropping some bombs that he pulled off the bet box girl.
Let me tell you something, Jeff, about Costa Rica. I mean, you vacation all over the world. It's a beautiful people country. I mean, the people are beautiful.
No, I've heard, Donnie. You're right.
Yeah.
People are beautiful from what I understand. And
Yeah, I can't hear anything you're saying. If you're saying something, I can't hear you.
no, he just said,
Tell him I'm ripping him. Tell him I'm ripping him.
he said you're an idiot and he hates you. Man. But Vig, great stuff as always, man. What do you think about our Maction idea? Do you like that idea?
The Maction idea is really cool. Maction is definitely the funnest thing as a sports bettor to watch in college football because it's obviously fucking being rigged. So that's something you should make into a whole genre piece. Go out there, film the whole experience.
Oh, it'd be great. Yeah.
We're in Toledo tonight or whatever. Do that.
Yeah, maybe we'll be lucky and Teddy Atlas will be calling the game, Donnie, like last year.
And we can get Al Bernstein on the show to talk to Teddy Atlas live.
Right, good call. Did you all hear about the UCF kicker that lost his eligibility? Yes, we're not fucking.
Hold on, who brought that up?
Please don't get me started on that fucking idiot again. Big Simon, thanks for calling in. We appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
Hey, can I say one thing before I
Yes,
leave?
sure.
Okay, just two really quick things. One point is Peter Loshak is only 5 feet tall. I was shocked by that. I think they must give him booster or something. Like, I thought that was amazing. He's a really short guy, which is cool, but it was just like misleading to see over the years. And then really quickly, I wanted to give to anybody that ever is considering coming back to the Sheraton Hotel again in Escazú for one of these conferences. I compiled a 3-part power ranking for weed smoking locations at the Sheraton Hotel. Number 1 is the walk-in shower. Very nice and beautiful. If smoking in the shower is not your thing, you can go just adjacent outside on the curb across the street. There's this little curb on this provincial road. You can smoke one there. And if you're lazy, you can smoke in the room. It's well ventilated, so it's chill time down there. Thanks to our friends at UWager, Intertops, the Grand Casino, SBR, and anybody else I forgot.
Vig, who was your favorite presenter, if I could ask?
Oh boy, I mean, Morency kind of shocked me because I had never seen him before. He was fucking awesome.
Never saw a guy.
I actually really enjoyed everybody.
You've never seen a guy sweat like that if you're at like a baseball game and somebody's dad was there that was really overweight, right?
Well, I I was sweating myself. In fact, I was sweating so hard, so shaky that I don't think I even sat in the conference during that speech. But I was watching it on my phone outside.
Good stuff, Vic. You're the best. Appreciate you calling in, man. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Talk to you later, guys.
Shit. Big Simon, one of our regular callers, great listener, great guy, funny guy.
Yeah.
Donnie, what else do we have? Anything else tonight?
No, I'm just ripping around and reading the chat box here. I'm rooting for. I got Arizona tonight. It's in the 5th inning. They got 1 out. It's 1-1. So worst case scenario, you get a push out of it. So hope for maybe a solo blast or to sneak one more across. But no pressure now in this situation. But yeah, the Costa Rica win. And again, Jeff, you would love the walk-in shower down there. You know, Kyle's kind of a big man. You know what I mean? You're kind of a big guy. Walk-in shower was money down there, man.
No, I actually have. I'm big familiar with the walk-in shower, Donnie. Down at the shore, we have several of those. So I'm a big fan of the walk-in shower. Donnie, by the way, did want to let you know, and I waited to the end to tell everyone this.
Yeah.
I actually have a lightning bet tonight.
Ooh.
Got my book, one of my old school books. Who I asked him if he would take one, and he took one. So I have 100 lightning on the under in the Dodger-Arizona game.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
if
like
it stays under. Yeah. If it stays under any run under 9, I win 100.
Well, Jeff, this could be my last night because I have a lightning bet on the Houston Astros money line. So,
yeah. Well, I'm hoping it stays right here at 1 or 2-1. So I'll win. Nice.
Jeff, do we have to put in a lightning bet tomorrow at the Phillies game? Is that a must?
Yes, sure. Grand Slam, Arizona. Fuck you.
I wish that would make my night, but I guess it's down to Greinke here, Jeff. So if Greinke hits a home run here, I don't even know what I'm going to tell you. But
oh, that's brutal. You need Greinke to hit your bet. That's
At least it's a push. Like if I was down 1-0, I just shut the damn thing off.
Has Zach Greinke ever hit a home run?
He's a decent hitting pitcher, though. He is.
Wonder if he's ever hit a home run. What if you did have that though? Like you needed like a run in Bartolo.
You had a half. You had like minus a half of a run or something like that, and he blasted one. Yeah.
He comes up and hits a home run. That's amazing. Costa Rica is absolutely amazing, and SBR is a class act all the way.
Got a base hit though, Jeff. You got a base hit.
No way, really?
Yes.
That's great. Chris Edge. Yeah, Chris, I saw you down there. I saw you on the line. That's great. Yeah. Jeff, I learned the currency exchanges are expensive to do, but I think
Jeff, everybody's in your pocket down there. Everybody.
Yeah. The thing is, most of us speak English, though, right? A lot of people down there.
Like it was funny, Jeff, because the bartenders, like I couldn't even I had to say agua. Like if you said bottle of water, no idea. I kept saying, what do you want to drink? And I was like, Jack and Coke. And they're like, rum? I'm like, no, whiskey. Oh, rum. Yeah. No, fine. You know what? Give me rum.
So they don't know what bottle of water means?
No, they didn't even understand what bottle of water was.
You say agua. Agua.
Yeah, exactly. Like I know agua is water. Like you would think the other way to reciprocate. Like if you said water, they would understand that's agua, right? No.
Right.
Not that hard, right? Yeah, I don't know.
Right. Really random. Do a Google image search of Sportsbook Cynthia Peters and look at the first pick. I did do that, and it's funny, but it's not that funny. It's just random. Like, where did you come up with that? Like, did Donnie do that to see what comes up?
All right, let me get this for you.
Like, come on, man. Don't make fun of that poor lady.
Cynthia. So what am I looking up on Google?
Sportsbook Cynthia Peters. It's definitely not her, so it doesn't matter. I'm not sure why.
First of all, who the hell was even looking this up anyway?
Loose cunt, of course.
Let's see. Let's go images first. Image.
Like, why is that? Why are you looking that up?
What? What's the point of that? Yeah, cool.
It's just some
old lady. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
let's play it off as that's her. Like, yeah, like that's Cynthia now. Like when she comes on the show, like that'll come up as like because they have the TriCaster now, right?
Yeah. That
Cynthia
comes
Peters
up.
calling in. That comes up. Yeah.
So she doesn't have to show her face. She can just show that. That's me. She said, "Yeah, well, no, you're much better looking than that." But Donnie, that's it for tonight.
Yeah,
we're heading out. Thanks everyone for listening. We're back Friday, but tomorrow, Donnie, we're taking a listener to the Phillies game.
Yep.
Phillies Mets, DeGrom and Velasquez could be a good pitching matchup. We thought we'd have Nola, but again, we'll take.
By the way, Jeff, good weather tomorrow night. I didn't check. I assume it is, right?
80 and sunny.
Oh, we're down there. Good time.
How about that? Nice South Philadelphia night. Yep. How about that?
South Philly Santa will be there. Yep.
South Philly Santa is going to be there. I invited him.
Yep,
He's actually coming
absolutely.
instead of Tweety. I'll have to tell you a story about South Philly Santa sometime. But
Hey, we got time tomorrow, man.
yeah. All right, guys. Everyone have a great night. We will not be on the air tomorrow. And I got to tell you, I've been doing a ton of shows, so it's not the worst thing in the world. We're back Friday, 12:30, right side of campus. We'll break down the baseball card. Hit us up tomorrow night when we're at the game. We'll maybe do a Periscope or something. Everyone have a great night. See ya.